morning. 5:30 on a Saturday morning here before Memorial Day. And it's time for another backpacking trip. I know, it's crazy. It's been what? A year? We're going with the Scouts. Going up the Big South Fork. And we're supposed to do a minimum of 15 miles because we're working on the backpacking trip, our backpacking merit badge. So we're supposed to do at least 15 miles. I think we're on the map. It says we're doing roughly 16 to 17 miles. We all know how that goes. So it could end up being 20 miles. But going up to Station Camp, we'll head over to the Arches, loop back around to the Station Camp, and spend a few days out in the woods. It's been a while. And I just woke up. I probably look like it too. Like 30 minutes ago, threw my clothes on. We're heading down the road. Going to go pick up the Scouts and head our way to Big South Fork. So it's foggy right now, and yeah, my ankle is, we're gonna see how that does. But on top of that, about 2 weeks ago, I rolled my other ankle. So this could be a test of the broadcasting system, of the Kevin Reiner backpacking broadcasting system, because if this doesn't work out and it really bothers me, it might be the end of my backpacking. It's been pretty close, right? Because it's been a while since I've been on a trip, so we'll see how it goes. Join me, or us.
Red whip on.
19 Scouts, right? 19 Scouts, 4 adults. Survivor mode here at Station Camp. We're getting ready to go on a trek over to the Arches that way and loop around and come back for 3 days, 2 nights. All the boys getting their backpacks ready. First thing we have to do, as soon as we get ready and hit on the trail, we got to cross the river. So right off the bat, we're immediately water crossing. So starting an adventure with an adventure, or if you want to call the adventure, half of the adventure was going down the road just to get to the trailhead here. That was an adventure within itself. So we're about to get our packs on. We're going to hit the trail. It's 11 o'clock here. It's 10 o'clock back home. We're an hour ahead, so it's questionable when we're going to have lunch, because the gnats are bad here, because it's really lunchtime here, but it's the time that we're on is like 10 o'clock, 10:30 just about. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't done this in quite a while, so my body is aching already. It was about a 3-hour drive. All right, so we're going to get suited up, packed up. Let's see if we can get across this water and get on an adventure.
Oh, sunglasses.
Are you ready?
Can't say never mind.
He just did.
Keys are not visible. I'm going without them.
Wait, watch this. The bag. I have everything. I just have the middle.
I did too. Oh, I'm stepping in.
Ew, dude.
Oh my word, bro.
Kevin, this is weird.
It's cold.
Did Xander fall? Yes, that gets really deep back there. Ooh, shoot. I think we're going to have to head towards the break in the water over there. So Ryan and Marshall are out there in the lead trying to find a way across in that.
Well, we
I think
just
they
go
found
from right there and go straight, right?
You get the grass spot right there and then go straight towards where Marshall and Ryan are. And you should be okay.
Turn my hiking shorts into short. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Not my first rodeo here at Big South Fork, but I think this is probably the deepest and longest that I've had to cross. So.
Yep. Hey, it's nothing like, hey, the Adventure Brothers, man, Adventure Brothers.
Definitely adventurous, right?
Exactly.
Troop 273 does not do anything simple. No. We put venture and adventure.
We put the ad.
We put the ad in adventure.
We put the ad then adventure.
Part of it you.
Yeah, part of it. Hey, tell me. How was that?
It was wet. Really cold. I only fell twice.
Oh, there he is. How was that? That's great. All right, so yeah, we just probably spent about an hour crossing the river. Only a couple of minor issues. A lot of boys did not bring water shoes, so they had to tiptoe across, and it was rough. So
Some brought some floating shoes.
yeah, we had to go chase those. 5 miles to Cherry Creek Lodge. That's where we're going to find a place for the night. And it's muddy, and we're on the horse trails. So you know how that works if you've ever walked horse trails. All right, I'm gonna get off here and try to hike up this hill. What you eating, Morgan?
Peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter or peanut butter and jelly?
Peanut butter.
Wow.
I'm
Aiden.
leave out of the.
What you eating, Jackson?
Hey, I got a spot in my pizza burrito.
Pizza burrito. What you eating, Tucker? What you eating, Cole? Pizza roll, huh?
No.
What you eating, David?
The mixed berry fruit grand cereal bar of a mixed berry fruit grand cereal bar.
So this is a peanut butter and jelly wrap.
Oh, okay.
Not
All right.
It's pizza roll. It's pizza roll.
What you eating, Cal?
Salami.
Pizza roll.
I'm chewing some gum.
You got salami too?
No. A lot of peanut butter.
A lot of peanut butter. I'm going with a tomato basil chunk light tuna on a tortilla. So that's what we're doing here. We're on the trail.
See this?
Num num num.
That's what I ate for lunch.
I've
That
heard
and
of
the baby
those. Are they
bell.
good?
Yeah, that it tastes just like an apple pie, just slimy. Very slimy. The girls took my song. A giant cat. It's a giant cat.
Where's the giant cat?
Right there.
Is that the giant cat?
Giant cat.
The giant cat!
Yeah.
Ah! Woo! Ah!
It's a dragonfly.
That's a ladybug.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know about you guys, but
it's
that's
a
a squirrel.
It's a roly-poly.
Can't you see the spots on the back of its wings, bro? It's a ladybug.
That's a redneck tuna.
Oh, yeah, right. It's by water. It's got to be fish.
Oh, you're right. So
Man,
catfish.
you know what I'm saying, man? That's a redneck. That's a redneck tuna right there,
Wait,
man. You know what I'm saying?
isn't it a flying fish? Because it's the
Worm.
only fish
What
with
kind
wings.
is this? Yeah. But it can also be the water, so it must be a dolphin.
Ooh.
Man, that thing's a dolphin right there, boy. Know what I'm saying, man? Know what I'm saying?
It's yellow and black.
But
But
it's
it's
got
got
legs, so it
Oh, it's yellow and black, so therefore it's a goldfish.
3 hours later.
It's right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's a.
It's a bipolar goldfish. It don't know if it want to
It's
go on
dead
land,
now.
sea, or air, man. Bipolar.
Mar-
seems
Marshall,
sleepy. I think it's a griffin. Let's just go with that.
Marshall, it's dead now.
It's a griffin.
I bet they're wondering, where'd they two go? See, so I've been here before. Back in, you can check out that video when I was hiking with Jason here at Big South Fork, but this is a cemetery way back in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
Yep.
Those are some old ones.
Long Hunter Pioneer. Jonathan Blevins. Born in Virginia, 1779, and died in 1863. Long Hunter Pioneer.
Because it was June 27th, 1891, and died October 18th. October 1891.
Yep. Yeah, just a few buried back here. There's a little grave marker right there, and a small one right there. Not a very big spot. I don't know, probably just a couple, I guess, buried back here, really. You got this big one here. Julianne, born August of 1875 and died June 1900. She was 25 years old, or 24. You know, you watch these movies of how people died at such an early age in the in
1879.
the old days like that, because they didn't have, you know, medicine or stuff. And that girl right there was 25 years old. So just a little spot. We are on the Cherry Creek Lodge Trail. We were heading from Station Camp Crossing, and we're heading to Cherry Creek Lodge. So we're probably about a mile or two at this point away from Cherry Creek Lodge. And if you're hiking from Station Camp Trailhead to Cherry Creek Lodge, it'll be on your right. Like I said, probably a mile or two before you get to Cherry Creek Lodge. Just keep an eye out, because what you'll do is, as you're hiking down the trail, you'll see a horse hitch, and then these two barriers so that horses cannot come back here. There's the horse hitch. And there's our stubborn scouts that are pulling up the rear.
Chinese tapeworms. Marshall has a tactical Chinese tapeworm in the sand, man. You know what I'm saying?
So that's where we came from. It'll be on your right.
Darn Chinese tapeworm.
And not much further before Cherry Creek Lodge. What? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? What?
Tomorrow's Lake is built to be like the longest. I know.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
just found a new.
See this?
Fresh.
Is that a Chinese tapeworm?
In the wild here, man.
Is that a Chinese tapeworm?
Yeah.
Red one.
They're very sour.
Those are rare.
Yeah.
Protein in them,
It's
Jeff?
good. Yeah.
For the type of protein.
There's the lodge. We have arrived. At least to the lodge. We haven't made it to find the campsite yet. But been here before 2 or 3 times actually. Up there's the bathroom. There's the lodge. Bathrooms. There's the kitchen. We've lost kids and an adult somewhere. These cabins you can stay in and rent for $3,000 a night. That's about right, ain't it?
Yeah.
In here, fire ring, Callie, horseshoes, Ryan, Skeeters, little barn, fir wood. Oh, there they are.
We're confused.
There's water. Here's some scouts walking in. I'm gonna regroup here in a little bit and go find us a campsite, I guess.
And we don't know where Jack's
Use that Mrs. Myers soap to wash my hands so they smell good.
Mr. Cole, can you grab this water bottle? Yes, Mr. Cole.
You finally made it, Morgan. I'm proud of you. You finally made it. I'm proud of you.
I know.
Kate's never been to Big South Fork. This is where they put your trash at. It's a bear-proof trash. Put your finger in there. Push. Lift. There's trash. And bears can't get into the trash. That's one thing. And then here's a bear trap. If you've never seen a bear trap before, they'll take that door right there, lift it up, and bait it. Put something in there for bait, and then when bears go in there, it releases the door, and they got a bear in there. And then they can transport it without having to worry about getting bit. And there's a bunch of gnats. Ooh, look at all those gnats. We're heading down that way here. It's about a mile and a half to Jake's place. We're going to try to find a place to camp out there and stay there for the night. There's a bear in the woods! There's a bear! So we think we've found a camp spot just literally 200 or 300 yards away from Cherry Creek Lodge. Check out this old chimney. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We're going to come up here and have a campfire tonight. Yeah, we're going down there. And right over there is, looks like a good camping area. But again, we just left Cherry Creek Lodge and probably 200 or 300 yards up, going to the left side of the Arch Trail, the Arch Loop Trail, is this campsite. So not a bad place to camp, especially if you're in the tent. We're, I think, maybe 5 or 6 are in tents and the rest of us are in hammocks, so looks like it's going to be a really good spot for hammocks. We'll see. Definitely for the tent area, be all right. How you doing, Jeff?
Good.
Is you tired?
Yes.
What we say, about maybe 5.5 miles?
Yeah.
Really wasn't that bad. Neat place, man. Neat place. I've seen this campsite before, but we've never stayed here before because it's not it wasn't in the plan to stay here. We stayed at Jake's place once, and another place we went. I don't even think we stayed anywhere near here. We actually stayed on Bandy Creek Trail, I think. So, neat place. Hey Ryan, you dropped your pot. Do what? You dropped our food pot.
Did you bring a stove?
I did. Why?
Did you have to bring a stove?
Told me not to.
Did you not bring a stove?
I will wear my dunce hat.
Man.
So every time we go camping, I always like putting up a flag. We've been putting this one up for a year. The first time we flew this one was at the bicycle camp last year.
Oh yeah. That's the one we did.
That's the first time we flew it. So we've been flying it at every camp since that I can. So there we go. Flags up. Camp is on. Troop 273.
Alright, so you need it on these two, right? Hook to the trees there too, and then, or does it just sit on the front?
Here's the middle
Sit up
ground
in the
right
front,
here.
right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go there.
That's some nice water, man. Got some water in there, boys.
So Ryan, how many do you got going to Philmont?
8 scouts.
8 scouts and 4 adults. So this is a dine-in fly that you're practicing to set up for Philmont. It's going to, how many can sit under it, I suppose?
They want the whole crew to be able to sit under it. In the event that it's pouring down rain.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not going to happen.
That's the crew. Like that, right?
So they're practicing to set up a dine-in fly
There's
for
our
Philmont.
floors right there.
It's a pretty camo blue.
I like it. That's cool. I like that.
I thought maybe it might be in like green.
Is yours get that stuff?
Yeah.
There's just no way to.
So apparently this right in here is where Tackett Cabin was, where that chimney is right there. And then if we take this little side trail, it only goes back in here about 30 feet. There's a couple of gravestones. And they're not like the ones we saw in the ones before. These are definitely vintage, if you would. Basically a rock and another rock right there. And that's all this is. I don't see anything else. So just a small couple of gravestones from the Tacketts, I guess, when they were buried here. Pretty interesting. Nothing else as far as I can see. Everything else is just weeds and bushes. That's just it. So maybe history has written down who's buried here, but definitely nothing is engraved on these rocks. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now imagine this in your front yard. This is this huge rock, huge boulder, and just right over here is the chimney, fireplace. So if the house was right here, or maybe even like right here, man, and then this is in your front yard. Can you imagine? It's amazing to me when I get out on these hikes and I see relics of the past like this, And then you start thinking, what did people live like? And how did they live here in this area? That creek right down there. And was all this wooded out? Because you know, trees go pretty fast. So what was cleared, what wasn't? Just, you know, blows your mind, or at least does mine. That's the trail. This is, keep going this way and you get to Jake's place in about a mile, and you're going up to the arches. So this is not very far, but I just was, you know, you may be asked, you know, occasionally, what would you do if you had a time machine? And it's things like this when I just want to go see what people lived like, you know, years ago, and what they did. Up here on the top, there's our campsite. You can hear some of the scouts playing in the water down there at the creek. It won't hurt them today, anyway.
I brought my filter and we filter all our water. He didn't. Straight out of that spring. He's like, oh, it's clear.
All right, so what is this again? Beef stroganoff?
but we added a mac and cheese.
Oh, wait, 3 packs of beef stroganoff.
Yep.
4 packs.
4 packs.
4 packs of beef stroganoff. And then and then Jeff added a creamy mac and cheese.
Yes.
So 5 backpacking meals.
It looks
5
delicious,
two-serving
though, man.
backpacking meals.
Go ahead and let me.
We're all gonna have diarrhea.
We're not going to have any problems going in the morning or later or in
It'll
like
sure
30
come
minutes.
out easier, won't it?
30 minutes.
Holy cow.